transforming limiting beliefs into empowering beliefs. Take your old limiting beliefs and transforming them into new empowering beliefs are positive and uplifting. This is where you are using the power of your choice to consciously reframe a limiting belief. Old limiting beliefs can be like an old tape playing over and over and over again in your head. So the idea here is to come up with a new, all new and empowering tape and a new empowering feeling that brings you a feeling of joy, happiness, and peace. Think of this like you're recording over a tape and making a new one. It's important that you come up with something that feels at least 50% believable to you so you can start working with this new empowering belief as an intention or as an affirmation. You want to write down the old limiting belief, the feeling that goes with it, and then transform it. You will do this by drawing a line through the old limiting belief and coming up with a new empowering one on the right-hand side. So what I want you to do is look down at the example I have right there, down below. It shows the old limiting belief and the feeling tone. And one example might be, I'm not good enough. The feeling tone is shame. And then what you do is, usually, the new empowering belief is going to be the opposite of that. I am worthy. And then you put the feeling tone, which is glad. Another old limiting belief, like I can't do it, sad and shame. The new empowering belief is, I can do it, glad. Other old limiting belief, nobody loves me. These are messages you're telling yourself. That's what this process ends up pulling out, is messages that you're telling to yourself about you. The feeling tone could be sad, then you line it out, then the new empowering belief is, I love myself and I'm glad. Everybody get the idea of that? Okay, is there anybody that is willing to use an example for this? Maybe an old limiting belief and transform it into a new one.
Well, I would say, like, for winning the lottery, people say, well, the odds are not good. So.
Not what people say.
Well, I mean, I agree. I mean, I look at it, too, that the odds are not good.
So, the odds are not good?
Mm-hmm.
And what's the feeling of that? Sad, mad, glad, afraid, ashamed?
Very sad.
Okay. Thank you. And so, you line this out. What's the new feeling tone?
The odds of me winning are just as good as anyone else.
Yeah.
Someone has to win.
Yeah, someone has to win. I like that. Beautiful. And what's the feeling tone of that? How do you feel when you say that?
Happy.
Happy. Beautiful. Good example. Does somebody have another one?
I'm invisible now.
Yeah, that's a perfect one right there. So, I'm invisible. You guys remember how that came from her worksheet? She was saying to herself, what was the feeling tone?
Oh, pitiful.
Pitiful, sad, mad, glad, afraid, ashamed.
Maybe shame.
Shame. Thank you. So, what's the new belief you want to hold?
I'm visible.
I'm visible.
And I'm happy about that.
Yes, I'm visible. And happy. See, over here you were the invisible woman, and here you're the visible one. Or you could just say, I'm seen. Yeah, I'm seen. That's pretty powerful. I'm seen.
Or I'm noticed.
Yeah, or I'm noticed. Or I notice myself. I see myself. And one of the things I want to share is that very often there's things that we want other people to do for us. And if we can find out what those things are and do it for ourselves, then this will go away. So when I hear you say, you know, I feel invisible, or I'm invisible, I'm hearing that you want to be seen by other people. And so what you can do, and believe me, I understand this one literally. This is one that I've had myself, that I've worked with. I've had that same exact feeling and that same exact thought, literally. So I understand it really well. And the way that you can work with that in yourself is rather than waiting for someone else to see you, you can say, I see myself. And then you can do it very literally. And I'll give you an example of how you can do that. The way you can do it is by looking directly into a mirror, directly into your own eyes, and saying that affirmation. I see myself. I see myself. I see myself fully and clearly. It's a very simple, very powerful affirmation. I highly recommend you try that out. See how that works for you. Sometimes it can bring up tears. And if you do that authentically with yourself, and you allow yourself to fully see yourself, you won't need to wait for anybody else to see you. And not only that, you'll start to experience other people seeing you. You'll start to have the experience of other people seeing you. Because people just reflect to you what you're doing yourself. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just a mirror.
Attraction.
Yep. If you're saying this to yourself in your mind, then when you go out in the world's going to reflect that. You're going to have that experience, like when you go in the doctor's office. And it doesn't really matter what they're doing. You understand what I'm saying? People are doing whatever it is that they're doing. They may or may not be saying that in their own mind. They probably aren't, by the way. They're probably not saying, I don't see you, you're invisible. Not a lot of people think that way. Because people are always thinking about themselves, not necessarily you or anybody else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But whether they're saying it or not is irrelevant. Because what's important is what you're saying to you. Because that's where your power is. You get what I'm saying?